like a racial identity, I feel like they're literally, because of this whole like artificial fabrication, it's just black and white. And I'm not white, sure as hell not white.
When someone asks you, it's like, oh, what are you? It's like, it's a very weird question, especially if you're not prepared to answer it.
Accept me. Like, accept me. Like, you don't know who I am, but I'm telling you as an Emory community, like, accept me, accept her. Like, I know I don't look Arab. I know I don't speak Korean, but accept me.
So I am biracial or mixed, and so I'm Caucasian and Asian.
Identify as Spanish, Filipino.
Taiwanese American.
Identify with half Japanese, half black.
African American, Asian, Pacific Islander, and Caucasian.
I identify as black, but I'm half black and half Turkic.
Black, white, and a little Indian. I don't know what the ratio.
I believe mixed people are just like people. Like it doesn't matter if what color you are or what you're mixed with, that you're a person first. I also notice it's this maybe a little bit of like exoticism when people see mixed people. Like they're fascinated. You can say something like, I don't know, I'm Native American and Malaysian. Like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of that before. So now it kind of become this like this object that everyone wants. Like you know, like they really like, oh, I've never heard of that before, and then all of a sudden they're fascinated with you and want to know everything about you just because you're mixed. You're just like, I wish you would just like, you know, I like writing and you know, I eat my cereal same way you do, whatever. You know, what is it? Like, stop embarrassing me. Or you feel like people are just trying to get to know you just because you are mixed or something like that. So I notice it's kind of this fascination with mixed people, but like in the wrong way, like a dangerous kind of infatuation.
A lot to say, so like I'm interested in learning more. And definitely since I'm from an area that's not diverse, like I've told you before, we only have like 2 or 3 black students, and like we have a lot of Latino people in the area, but like I'd never met someone who was Jewish before I got here, you know, and like I'm just not used to diversity besides just white people. I mean, like that sounds so just like bad, like not like bad, but like almost like just unintelligent of me to say, but I'm not used to like different, I'm just not used to diversity, but I'm not close to it either. So.
I identify as black. Well, I feel like mixed is a really misleading term. It assumes that all people that have multiple ethnic or racial identities have some sort of common link between them, and I don't think that's the case. Just because it usually depends on how people perceive your racial identity, how they treat you, and how you interact with people. So for instance, people will automatically, well not automatically, but people really systematically assume that I'm mixed race and try to systematically figure out what races they can like lump me into. Again, in the black community, that usually happens, not in the white community, but they try to figure out what like different boxes they can ascribe me to because of how I look.
Because I'm not sure how to properly address that topic. I'm not sure like what's offensive and what's not offensive surrounding that, like how to ask like the what are you question and stuff like that. I think it's all kind of confusing. So I mostly just kind of ignore that. Like I don't really take into consideration. It's like, okay, like whatever race you are, like you're still like a person. So I'd rather just take someone for a person than instead of trying to figure out what races they are, because I don't think it really influences how I interact with someone very much.
If from someone who is not, that doesn't identify with mixed race but wants to examine it, I feel like and has hurt like what they feel about it, I feel like they are striving for a space to like proclaim who they are and just talk about it. Like with me, what really hurt me was not that anyone was outwardly aggressive to me, but no one was willing to like talk about why I don't feel right in a Korean community or why I don't do this. And I feel like we have like Asian, black, white, Hispanic, Indian, Middle Eastern, but we kind of forget like there are people like that are mixed. And usually the resolve to that is, oh, that's a cool, or yeah, they're there. But it's not explore, and I know not doing that hurt me. And I feel like with my friends, it's not like they're hurting, or maybe they are, but they want a space to like explore, or like come talk to me about this, or let me show you who I am. So I feel like they're a great group of students at Emory, and I think they're one of our biggest, I don't want to say resources, but untapped people that we could really learn from.
I definitely identify more towards my black side, or I'm gonna say Jamaican side, because when people see me, they're gonna see the black side in me more over the white or the Chinese or whatever. So, like if I went into a room with Chinese people, they're not gonna be like, "Oh, she's Chinese, come join us." Whereas if I walk into my black people, I feel more welcomed because they recognize me as a black person. So I definitely respond to my black side more.
Considering that someone's mixed, it's a lot harder to, I guess, see what they are or just like label them right away. Generally, if someone's like 100% Asian or 100% Hispanic or 100% black, they, like most people can tell. But usually sometimes people ask you, what are you? And when like you give a certain answer, they sometimes don't necessarily know what it means. They may label you as just one. They may label you as, like for example, some people label me as Mexican, or some people may label me as even white, or some people may label me as like Asian. It's weird because different people think of me in different ways. Sometimes you experience that on campus. Some people ask you like, is English your first language? And it's hard to deal with because like growing up in America all my life.
I've actually thought about where I fit into whether I fit in with the Asians, because there aren't that many Japanese people here, but the Asians or the black people. And it's something that I've debated with a lot because it's my identity, my ethnicity is something that I really cared about, and I deeply connect with it. I would say that I don't associate with either too strongly, actually. Like most of my friends are either mixed or from other backgrounds. Interesting to know that there are spaces for people African American or people who are Asian, or and they have their own places. And maybe I could hang out in those places because I do identify as both. But I don't know if I would necessarily feel like, I don't know, as if I belong there.
But I don't know. I mean, whenever I'm with your friends, I feel like we have a pretty large group of just freshmen who hang out together, and we all kind of understand our experience and our identities and like what we mean on this campus as like black students. But and Latino students, we have a couple like other minorities in our group. But I don't know. Like whenever I'm with those people, I feel accepted.
Coming into college, for some reason I've clung to the black community, I guess because I'm more accepting, or not even more accepting. Freshman year, my whole dorm was basically white people, and I didn't really get along with them. And then I joined Zuri, African dance troupe, where everyone was African or black, and I really loved that company, so I just ended up going towards that. So it's not a matter of race per se, it's just a matter of who I'm comfortable with, and I just happen to be comfortable around black people.
There's been groups that I can't fit in quite well just because I'm not fully one or not both.